So you can go to trace it and you can check. You understand? And if I tell you, like when the Prophet was alive, he permitted three type of sport, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That the sport that he would recommend for us and our children is horse racing, swimming, and wrestling. These were the three things that he permitted, and that is how the horse become prominent. You understand? And horse, as he said, will be relevant on this earth till the last day. So, and that is why anytime you see horse, you will have that feeling that this is not like donkey. I don't think any person treats donkey the way he treats horse.
It's more
both the owners and both even the seers, those who see horses passing, they will give you that respect. Then if you see a donkey passing, you understand? So, and so also said in the Quran that among those desires that God, our maker, that put in us, there were horse in the listing. From women to material wealth to horses, you understand? So if God specifically mentioned horses, and all the scriptures are also in the history of horses, to the extent that God himself has used horses to swear in the Quran to show you how horse is having relevance. And all the prophets, I say all the prophets, there is no narration that will come and finish without mentioning the use of a horse. So that would make it symbolic. And that is why in the display of his splendor, it can't finish without having horse. It can't finish without having horse. You, if you like, you can read the history of Salahuddin Ayyubi, the conqueror that conquered Spain.
Yeah.
They were there on horses. They went there on horses. Even those red Indians in America, they were on horses. You understand? So, and like camels, that you have feral camel in some countries that have become a menace, horses were never that. Wherever horse is, in Gambia, you're having horses trust. That if horse is sick, there are people that take care of it. Where did they get that from? It's an instinct that God put in you and me. You dislike to see horse sick. If you see it bleeding, you feel like, I know, it's supposed not to bleed. It's far away from
Hi, I am Sister Yai.
Hi, this is X-Mile.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am
900 hours. This is the AM show, exploring the break of a new day in Banjul. At 900 hours, this is the AM show.
We had an interesting conversation.
Very
With
interesting.
the
He was very
organizers.
right. He
Yeah.
was very right. We should preserve our culture. These are the things that we should be showing. We all learned about slavery and what happened with regards to our encounter with the Americans and the Europeans. But this is our culture that brings us, that gives us honor.
Of course.
You understand? So, so these are things that we should be showing out there.
Of
But
course,
we'll have
which
a
is
recap
really
of our top
important.
stories, Winnie.
Of course. Now, bringing Northern culture to the Smiling Coast, the Nigerian Durbar Festival comes to the Gambia in a grand introduction, unveiling the beauty of a unique tradition.
Hassan Musa, Camera in Focus, we explore the life of a former vice president, cabinet minister, and erudite politician. Ibrahim Ajalo's latest work, Servant of the People, examines the life and times of one of the greatest political figures in the country's history.
And what photography to inspire meaningful change? The latest work of a young Gambian tragedy portrays inspiring pictures, telling the story of inspirational women who made significant advances in society.
In sport, the Newetan season begins. Is your local team in the lineup? At the Serekunda West Park, Bundes FC defeats Pipeline in a heated knockout cup encounter.
Elsewhere, 6 more deaths linked to vaping have been registered amid a raging outbreak of mysterious lung diseases caused by use of e-cigarettes. President Trump is moving to ban flavored e-cigarettes in the U.S.
Now, let's stay with that story because more people have been admitted with major lung complications after vaping and using flavored e-cigarettes in the U.S. President Donald Trump says his administration will move to ban flavored e-cigarettes as the U.S. faces a public health crisis related to vaping. Patients suffered from vomiting, fever, and fatigue. In the U.K., where several people have also died, parents have been warned to watch out for signs to ensure their kids are not vaping.
Says his administration will move to ban flavored e-cigarettes as the U.S. faces a public health crisis related to vaping.
We have a problem in our country. It's a new problem. It's a problem that nobody really thought about too much a few years ago, and it's called vaping, especially vaping as it pertains to innocent children.
E-cigarettes are battery-operated devices that heat liquid containing nicotine and sometimes flavors and other ingredients into a vapor that is inhaled. It is sometimes marketed as a so-called safer alternative to cigarettes.
The youth are drawn to flavored e-cigarettes, including mint and menthol. Currently, about 8 million adults use e-cigarettes, but 5 million children are using e-cigarettes. This is exceptionally harmful to our children.
In recent months, more than 450 people in the U.S. have become sick, and at least 6 people have died from a mysterious condition linked to vaping, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. Some of those cases have been tied to the vaping of THC, the active ingredient in marijuana.
It needs to be thought of as an injury to the lungs caused by something in the vaping. It is not an infection, it does not respond to antibiotics, and it is very severe. The patients who have this are admitted to the hospital. Many of them are winding up in the intensive care unit, and many of them are winding up on the ventilator with assisted ventilations until they can get through it.
The ban on the sale of flavored vaping products will take a few months to go into effect. The American Vaping Association, which represents the e-cigarette industry, says they'll fight the ban. Jim Spellman, CGTN, Washington.
Worse.
President Donald
By Ibrahim, that's really a health issue.
Very scary, very scary.
E-cigarettes are not good for.
Because e-cigarettes is more of electronic stuff, but shisha, hookah, the ones that people smoke here in the Gambia, it's not electronic at all. It's just something natural and stuff like that.
But they're not healthy at all.
Yeah,
so.
they are definitely not healthy. Definitely not healthy.
Well, now, photographs excite change, raise social awareness, and help to preserve and tell inspiring stories. features to inspire positive change and tell the story of inspirational women, is the motivation behind a new project by young Gambian photographer Aissatou Jallow. Defying the Odds is a roving photo exhibition that examines the ways Gambian women are driving meaningful change in society, with a special focus on women who made significant advances in various sectors. The exposition unveils on September 21st. But before we get there, let's have a quick conversation. But we were hoping to have, a conversation with the young woman, but maybe in our subsequent AM show programs.
Okay, and now a bit of sport for you, because it's that time of the season when the annual Summer Football Championship, known by the familiar name Nawatan, takes center stage across various regions in the country. The Nawatan action has started in all major sporting centers. Earlier, our reporter Famara Baji visited the Serekunda West Park, where he watched Bundas FC defeat Pipeline 1-0 in the first round of the Serekunda West Knockout Cup. We'll go with that report. We'll be right back.
It is only events like Nawatan that will bring this crowd together. It's that time of the year when football spectators fill the stands of the parks every evening. This crowd, some of which are jubilant fans, gathered to witness the clash between Pipeline United Football Club and Bundas FC in the first round of the Serekunda West Nawatan Knockout Cup. It was an entertaining encounter throughout, as both sides enjoyed possession football, with plans of seeking gaps to exploit, which was never available in the entire first half. Pipeline returned from the break looking determined with some clever touches as they kept knocking the ball around, but the focus of Bundas was not the possession, but how to penetrate the Pipeline defense, and they soon achieved their goals. Substitute Kokaba made a name for himself within a moment of his introduction as he scored from this strike to put Bundas ahead. Pipeline kept fighting back for a leveler and came very close in stoppage time, but Bundas Ibrahim Andong did well to block a shot that was aiming straight into the net, and the final whistle followed soon after.
I think my boys, they need to be congratulated. It's a young team that we are putting up together. So it's a difficult game. They are the defending champions, and we have a very, very good game against them. So I think the better side lost today.
Okay, best team.
They are the best team. Then they lost. We are champions every year for the past 3 years. We reach a final, so they cannot be the best team in our present. We are champions, and we came to defend our title. Pipeline will now shift their focus on the League Cup, which is their only hope of any silverware, while Bundas advance to the next stage of the Knockout Cup. Famara Baji, GRTS News.
Great, one of our best sports reporters right there, Famara
Baji. Well,
wonderful report. Unfortunately,
better luck next time,
hood.
Pipeline United. We're just hoping to go to the next stage, the next League Cup final. So we'll make it.
My friend, you're knocked out. You're out. Okay, we'll go with the newspaper review really quick before we go to the recap of our top stories. Now, here on the Standard, we have another resignation at the OIC, Gambia. Wow.
That's not good news.
That's not good news. And we also have here on top, girls scores 9 A's at Birkama presentation. 9 A's at Birkama presentation. We have here Human Rights Commissioner probes Usman Dabo's death. And Works Minister explains delays in road projects. And here, police opens investigation into alleged Mankamankunda murder. Mankamankunda murder case. I thought I read it wrong. Wow.
Mankamankunda.
Yeah, Mankamankunda indeed. Murder case. Well, this is the only paper we have here today, which is the Standard, and that was the front page, the resignation of the OIC. We've heard that previously, the CEO himself, Lamin Sane, resigned. The head of branding, Nyang Jai, also resigned. We don't know what's triggering these resignations, but we do hope that the PRO himself of the OIC will come shed more light on this. That was happening with the standards.
Okay.
And maybe we might have another newspaper over there.
Yeah, but for more on that, I can just take a look at the Standard, which says another resignation. at OIC Gambia. There has been another resignation at the Gambia Secretariat of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC Gambia, the body tasked to coordinate the hosting of the OIC Summit in 2021. A reliable source told the Standard that the latest resignation is the head of local organizing committee, that's the LOC, one Alhaji Jallo. The Standard tried to reach Mr. Jallo without success, but Isa Bokarsi, the public relations officer at the OIC Gambia, said even though he did not set eyes on Mr. Jallo's resignation letter, confirmed that Jallo has resigned. Yes, I think I can confirm that he has resigned. Even though I have not seen any correspondence from him on that matter, Mr. C said.
Okay, we go on to the point. There we go with the point. Defense Minister says we must respect democracy, and rule of law. And over here we have Gambia, Qatar signs 4 new bilateral agreements. On the right side of the page we have Janet Commission's report to be released on Friday. Wow, that's interesting. And Hassan Musa Kamara's biography to be launched. That is happening tomorrow at Q City.
On Saturday.
On Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, Saturday on Q City, sorry. Saturday
at
on
10
Q.
a.m.
Janet Commission report to be released on Friday. Wow, that's something that everyone has anticipated to see for the longest. Okay, I think we can go on with recap of our top stories.
Well, for more on that, we have interesting stories with the Standard and Point. You can go grab yourself copies of those papers.
Absolutely. Now let's hit the recaps and we wrap up this program. Before we go, a quick look at the main items on the program. Bringing northern cultures to the Smiling Coast. Nigeria and Durbar Festival is coming to the Gambia in a grand introduction, unveiling beauty of a unique tradition.
Hassan Musa Kamara in Focus, we explore the life of a former vice president, cabinet minister, and erudite politician. Ibrahim Jallo's latest work, Servant of the People, examines the life and times of one of the greatest political figures in the country's history.
And watch Photography to Inspire Meaningful Change. The latest work by a young Gambian prodigy portrays inspiring pictures telling the story of inspirational women who made significant advances in society. The expo goes live on the 21st of September.
In sports, the Nawetan season begins in your local team in the lineup. At the Serekunda West Park, Bundes FC defeated Pipeline in a heated knockout cup encounter.
Elsewhere, 6 more deaths linked to vaping have been registered amid a raging outbreak of mysterious lung diseases caused by the use of e-cigarettes. President Trump has announced a move to ban flavored e-cigarettes in the U.S.
Well, that was all we had time for. It was really a great show.
Wonderful.
You know.
Wonderful, wonderful show. And since nowadays Ibrahim Ajata is so hooked up with Salif Keita,